And another big heat hitting the lineup. Last year's world title runner-up, a man that really performs well at this location. Julian Wilson up at the moment. The Australian picking off a smaller ride just to get things started here in this seeding round. The opening round of competition here at stop number 3. And that way not really eventuating into much for Julian, but there's plenty of time on the clock. 30-minute heats today.
Yeah, medium-sized wave here for Julian Wilson. Nice little off the top. Comes around this section. Small interval in the swell today, so you're going to have to get quick starts on the action.
And he's going to swing again here. Wilson on wave number 2. Had a 2.83 on his opener. Has all the tricks. Loads up for the reverse. Out onto the flats. Can't quite bring it round. But this is a big heat for all 3 competitors in this seeding round. Julian Wilson up against Adrian Buchan and Jack Freestone.
And just so excited for this event. Everyone's surfing so well, and I think the level's going to be much higher than it was on the visit here last year.
Well, we saw our fan picks there across the bottom of the screen. People having their say on worldsurfleague.com. The majority of the numbers going Julian Wilson's way, but you can never discount the man that just finished off his first ride, Adrian Buchan.
Upside down like he does on this first turn. Beautiful bottom turn. Cracks the lip, comes around one more, gets the tail loose. One bottom turn, really smooth to kick out of that one.
And it is the best place to watch this event unfold. Julian Wilson up and spinning out onto the flats. Nice reverse there. Love the way these competitors are able to project out of the lip. When they don't have the momentum to go sky high, they can flick that board out onto the flats. It's just so impressive to watch.
Yeah, and I like Julian's strategy right now. He's catching a bunch of waves. Well, he might get another one on the way back out, but a busy man in this heat this morning and throws it out into the flats. That's really difficult to do. And the inside wedge here, even though that looked like a simple turn, we've seen a lot of guys on the inside fall, but perfect timing out of the lip, steps the front foot forward. Watch him compress and go super low to get this board turned around, using his hands in the foam there to prop himself back up and come around.
I love that. Great explanation. I might even try one of those myself this week. The way he finished off last year at Pipe just has me thinking that Pipe, Tahiti, they're not going to be venues where Geordie's going to fall off the pace at all, and he's had a great start so far, 2 semi-finals this year. Julian Wilson up at the moment, driving into the pocket and out of it, and maintains that control. So Julian starting to improve his numbers now. Throws everything at that final section. Not sure if that will be deemed complete. Didn't quite get back out in front of the foam, but some real intent there, stepping things up at 4.87 on his last ride.
Yeah, gets this wave a little bit wide, super hollow section, projects across the face, lands that one nicely, and then comes in here. Needed to be a little bit careful on this inside. There is a foam monster on that inside wedge. You really got to stay stable and on your feet. Comes around the hollow section, up in the air.
Wow.
And I love the projection down the line on that one. Lands and actually steers his board round off the nose. Keeps nice and low and stable. And I really like the way he's brought his free surfing to the jersey this morning. He's just pretty much pretending he's out there just free surfing, and it's making the difference.
Looking to fire up, and I think the adjustment is riding waves. You know, at Bells Beach against Kelly Slater, he was a little quiet and just sort of anchored himself out the back and just didn't ride enough waves. He's surfing so well. I think just the offensive surfing we're seeing of Julian Wilson at the moment, just exploding out of sections, and he's up again, loading up and looking for a ramp to take flight. So quick in that rotation, doesn't bring this one down, but definitely seems to be taking on that aggressive approach that saw him go on a great run through the back end of last season. First event on the Gold Coast, and John Florence ringing the bell down there in Victoria. He is the Jeep ratings leader. Last year's world title runner-up. Well, Kipes, you're already through to the next round in the Commentators' Cup. Great performance yesterday morning, getting the heat win over myself, Joe, Luke Egan, Potts. Great performance, mate, as we see Jack Freestone on his second ride now. So he can get himself up in the second spot. Only needs a 2.28 to do that. Might have already done enough work. Drifts the tail on the finish.
Outside with priority. Here's the beginning of that wave. Up and with a little bit of a spin in the lip. It's kind of a flat spin. The wave not really cooperating here. Catches another rail as well and cleans it up for the inside. That's a lot of work in front of him, but I'll tell you what, he's up for it. He's looking good today, and you know, maybe should have been one of our picks.
Well, I thought it was one of the bravest fights to stay in contention at the end of last season. He's up at the moment, Julian. A nice big straight air, and that was a very hard landing. Kind of missed the transition.
Ace Buchan, as we see Julian take on the inside. Not a mistake we usually see from Ace.
Well, a solid-looking wave standing up here for Buchan. Gets up into the lip. Only chasing a 1.29 to get himself back up in the second spot. There wasn't much in that turn, but it might be enough to get him up in the second. We'll see. Second spot, Jack Freestone out there with priority. Only needs a 2.98. Might be making his move now. Conditions slowing up just a little bit at the end of this heat, but Jack finds his opportunity. Climbs up into that first section. Second turn was stronger. You don't need much, do you? But you've got to tee off correctly.
That first turn there, he should have gone for some green open face.
Well, Julian, the only competitor out there who's throwing the big punches at the moment. The other competitors at this point in time, Julian, monster air reverse attempt, doesn't stick it, but seemed to be controlled most of the way through that one. Jack Freestone. Well, he got the score he needed to get himself in the second spot, 3.4.
Really difficult times out there at the moment. If the wave's not super flat, it goes super hollow and quick. Difficult to ride. Here's Ace Buchan's chance.
Big opportunity here. Ace up into the first section. Nice turn. The wave flattening out a little bit. But the Australian, who has that really sharp backhand approach, sticks with it right through to the inside, looking for more opportunities to get up into the lip. He didn't need a lot out of that ride, 1.89, and based off Jack's previous ride, which was a 3.43, you'd think he's going to get the score from that single turn on the outside. Wilson, he's not going to have another heat where he's sitting out the back waiting for the opportunity. Well, a dirty scrap for second spot here. Low scoring numbers. Julian Wilson, pretty safe at this stage of the game, you'd think. Should take it the number 1 or number 2 spot as we see Freestone. Last ditch effort on the inside. Alley-oop, sticks the move.
Last replay, a smaller inside wave, flying in behind, gets it up in the air and spins it round. Really good transition into one more turn.
In for good measure on the outside. Wilson unloading. And he's still chasing more down the line here, but Freestone under pressure, getting the job done. So, just to fill you in, Adrian Buchan got the score he needed on that last right.
And on the outside, Julian Wilson gets himself the rhythm at the end of the heat. Into a big layback snap, gets it a little wrong with the timing, but manages to come back around. The little wedge comes for him here and maintains some speed. Nice crisp little hit to finish.
Freestone did enough on his last ride to get a 5.17 and jump ahead of Adrian Buchan, who will be pushed into the elimination round now, but a strong effort there from last year's world title runner-up.